Okay, good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it may be. Okay, so this is Fit to Play. If you haven't trained with us before, if you haven't completed the 6-week Fit for Life course, then I'd ask you just to make sure that you're medically safe to engage in exercise training. Okay, so if you've been actively training in any form of exercise over the last 12 weeks, you're good to go. If you haven't, please either take the Fit for Life course, which we have on YouTube, just a little bit further back, or fill out there's a PARQ plus form, which is a medical check, pre-exercise check, just to make sure that you're physically ready to engage in this, okay? So a little bit of preamble and a little bit of waffle to set us up for what it is that we're doing. Please don't ignore this, it's very, very important, okay? There's 4 base areas of fitness at the very foundational level, and then they can be combined in various ways, which is what we're going to do with Fit to Play. We're going to combine those. So the first one is neuromotor coordination, my brain's ability to control my muscles and put my hand where I want it to be, to coordinate, balance, reaction time, all that kind of stuff, okay? The next area is mobility. So that's the range of motion associated with an individual joint or with all of the joints in the body. So that's our various ranges of motion. The next one then is muscular strength, endurance, and power. And that's how much force I can generate within a given range of motion. And the last one then is cardiovascular endurance, which is my heart and lungs ability to provide oxygen and energy to the muscles in order to continue, to continue exercising, okay? So each of those areas can be looked at separately, and each of those areas you have a certain threshold. So you have a given level of coordination and control over your body, you have a given level of balance, and we can tweak that and we can work quite well with that. And missing that, as long as you can break fall, we can overshoot that and you'll be absolutely fine. Ranges of motion, you have a given range of motion, but if your arm can only go there and we take it to here, that's going to be quite a severe injury. So you need to be very, very conscious whenever you're working on your range of motion. If you're at end range, you need to be very careful how much force that you generate, and I need you to be mindful of this. Again, if you've taken Fit for Life, you know this. If you haven't, please be careful. Overstretching is very, very nasty and can hurt for a long time, so please be careful. With regards to muscular strength or force generation, we need to think about that kind of carefully again. If you overload, let's say you can do a 60 kilo squat, no problem. If you give you a 20 kilo squat and ask you to squat at once, you're not going to develop any growth. If I give you a 100 kilo squat and ask you to blast it, you're probably going to hurt yourself. So you need to be very aware of where your levels are and how far you can take that, okay? And then we'll look at intensity, reps, the number of repetitions that you do, and the number of sets that you do, and break time. And putting those together is your individual Fit for Life, Fit to Play plan. And the last one then is endurance. So the best way I find to build up endurance is what we call the fartlek method, which is a Swedish word for speed play. And what it means is that you walk, jog, sprint, okay? So you don't just sprint flat out until you die. You go for loosen up, check all the systems working, then you jog a little bit, then you go a little bit faster, and then you break it back down to a walk. And you keep playing with that, obviously trying to decrease the amount of walk time and increase the time on the other two over time. Please bear in mind that consistency will beat your one-off always, all right? So it's what you do consistently that counts. So going hell for leather and then being out of play for 6 months isn't very intelligent, but going to, 80, 90%, you can do that fairly consistently, and you can hit 100% once every month or once every 6 weeks without any major issues at all in each area. Okay, so hopefully that you've understood all that. Now, how are we going to play the program itself? Well, for the first few weeks, we're going to look at body weight exercises. That means you don't need any equipment initially. Over time, I would like to add a skipping rope and a kettlebell to your home training kit. And I'd like to take a good look in our weights room and look at the weights that we can use, that you can either use here while maybe your kids are coming to a class, you can pop into the weights room, or if you go into another gym, you can use those. So we'll go through the foundations of those. each time that we're introducing a new piece of kit, there'll be like a sideline set of videos which will show you exactly how to develop that skill, what that skill is, and how to develop it separately, and then you integrate that back into your main program. Okay, so it's not going to be quite as simple as the follow along. It's not going to be quite as plainly obvious as the follow along, because you guys are on very different paths and different levels. Some of you are going to love kettlebells, some of you are going to hate them, same with the barbell, same with the body weight. So we're going to vary it up, so you'll be able to tune much more to you, and I'll try and then create individual paths for you fairly simply as we go along. That shouldn't be a difficult thing to do. Okay? So with all that said, we're finally ready to start. Please make sure you don't just jump in here, like watch all the crap that I just said, because it is important and it does come into play. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that I'm in the humor to train. So I'm just going to kind of gently bounce around, let everything loose and floppy. Okay, just get a little bit of movement on, just gently bouncing. Now if you're a little bit bigger, if you've got a bit more weight, this can hurt the knees if you're doing too much bouncing. So if it is hurting the knees, just keeping your heels down on the floor and just popping from here. All I'm looking to do is just to get your body, kind of get the blood flowing, get the heart rate up a little bit. See the way my arms are just flopping, everything loose, okay? So once I've shaken that all out, I'm just going to do a few little kicks here. And then I'm going to go into my kind of silly walks. So I'm just going to move around a little bit. Doesn't really matter how, I just literally want you moving. Lifting your knees up, kicking your heels back, swinging and turning. Okay, just different kind of movements just to get the body going, all right? From there then we want to kind of scan out the body a little bit. So we did in Fit for Life, I repeated the same body scan every time. In truth, my body scan will change every time because it will adapt to what I feel I need. If I feel my neck is sore, I'll spend a little bit longer working on that, etc. Okay, so first one we're going to do, hands up here, turning this hand to turn that one, turning that one to turn this one. So this hand turns, the other one follows. This hand turns, the other one follows. Corkscrewing through, okay? Now my head turns towards the thumb that's going up, and then my head turns towards the thumb that's going down. And you can feel the stretch through the shoulder, through the neck there, hopefully. Okay, now I'm just going to open and close. So I'm just throwing my arms back and across. I'm going right over left, left over right. Lovely. Okay, beautiful. From here, I'm just going to turn my upper body, and then I'm going to let my rear heel turn and come in the direction, so which allows me to move. So my planted leg stays still, my other leg's going to rotate around. Okay, from here now, both hands straight out. Now, right hand is going to go down towards my left foot and my left hand comes straight up. As it does that, I don't want you to overreach. If you can't reach your foot, don't reach your foot. Just reach down your leg a little bit, okay? Okay, same to the other side. Lovely, now I'm going to reach up. Now, if you can reach to the floor in front of you, great, but reach towards the front, reach towards the middle, reach towards the back, and then back up to here. So you're not in pain at any point. You're going as far as you can. So right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot, both hands up, front, middle, back, up. Right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot, reach up, front, middle, and back. Back up to here, okay? From here, toes out, heels out, and the same again. Right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot, reach up, front, middle, back, hands out. Right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot, reach up, front, middle, back. Okay? Toes out, heels out. Now again, once you get to a point where you're like, oh, I can't go any further than that, it hurts, come back in a little bit. Don't keep going out if it's hurting more and more and more. Hands out, right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot, reaching up, front, middle, back, out. Toes out, heels out, right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot, up, front, middle, back. Okay, if you've got any more range, go to it. That's about me for now. Right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot, up, front, middle, back, out. Right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot, up, front, middle, back, out. Okay, the end of your range, then you need to shorten it in. So bring your toes in and then your heel in, okay? If you're okay, that's brilliant. I want you just to bend one leg, straighten the other, bend the other one, straighten that one. Now this time, I'm gonna rotate my hips, which means I'm gonna nail the balls of my feet to the floor, but allow my heels to turn. And I'm gonna turn so that my back knee is pointing down, my back heel is pointing up. I'm gonna bend this front leg and just sink in there a little bit. If you have to put your hands on the floor, do so. Then come back up to the middle, to the other side. So I'm turning on the balls of the feet, bouncing, back up to the other side. Okay, whoops, back up to the other side, back up to the other side. And last one, over, okay? From here now, I'm gonna shorten my stance ever so slightly. This time, both feet facing forward initially, bending my right leg, getting my hips down over it, lifting up my left toes, pointing them up towards the roof, keeping my left leg straight, coming down, butt towards my heel. Now I don't want to bring my butt down here, so I'm bending this knee in. I want to keep that knee out, okay, so I'm here. All right, then I'm going to switch back up to the center, and the same on the other side. Bending my left leg, pointing my right foot up, coming down and back, down and back, down and back, down and back, and last one, down and back. Lovely. Shake that out for a sec. Okay. Next thing we're going to do then, we're just going to do a 4-direction lunge, like a compass lunge. So I'm going to do my regular squat in the center, then I'm going to put my right foot front, right foot out, right foot back, right foot left, squatting each time. The depth you should go to is the depth it feels you should go to. If it feels like, oh Jesus, this really hurts, you're going too far, dial it down a little bit. First thing is, we're just going to get our feet in the right place. Going to give a little jump, and where my feet land is the right place, okay? From there, keeping my knees now over my toes, or over my feet, don't let my knees bend in, okay? Bum goes down, 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 and back up. No bounce at the bottom, no speed, nice and easy, okay? Now I'm going to step my right foot forwards, and I'm going to let my bum go down, 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 down. So I'm bringing my knee down towards the floor here. From here, down, back up. Now I'm going to bring my right foot to the left, or to the right even, bending that knee, down, and back up, back to my center, right foot back, bring the knee down towards the floor, and back up, back to the center, right foot across, down, and up. You know, it's behind my left leg, not in front of, and back up. Okay? Little jump, regular squat. Okay, left foot comes forwards, down, and up. Left foot goes left, bending the knee, down and up. Left foot goes back, knee to the floor, and up. Left foot goes right, down, and up. Okay? We're going to repeat that. This time we're going to do a squat after every movement. Okay, so getting my feet into the right place. Nice deep squat, pause at the bottom, driving back up, making sure your knees aren't folding in on the squat. Right foot goes forward, left knee comes down, and back up. Check your stance there, regular squat. Keep the knees out, don't let the knees fold in. Back up, right foot goes right, down, and up. Back to your regular stance, down, and up. Right foot back, knee down, and up. Regular stance, down, and up. Right foot left, behind, down, and up. Regular stance, regular squat. Okay, left foot moving. Front for a lunge. Regular squat. To the left for a Cossack lunge. Regular squat. Back for a lunge. Regular squat. To the side for a lunge. And regular squat. Okay, one more set each leg. Right foot forward. Regular squat. Right foot right. Regular squat. Right foot back. Regular squat. right foot right, regular squat, left foot forwards, regular squat, left foot left, regular squat, left foot back, regular squat, and left foot right, regular squat. Okay, so that's covered the kind of off angles that we're okay to do for the moment. Now what I want to do is floor work. So making sure you got a little bit of space, yoga mat or something similar, just soft floor is best. If you do it on a hard floor, it's just a little bit harder. Okay, squat down, looking at your knees, rolling onto your back. Again, if you've done Fit for Life, that should be familiar. If you haven't, I'm not sure you should be here. Okay, all right. From the floor, first thing I'm going to do is my hip hinge. So my feet are flat, about hip width apart, knees are pointed straight up, driving my hips up, squeezing my butt, keeping the belly, keeping a straight line between the knee, the hip and the shoulder, and down, up, down, up, down, and up, down. Okay? Now, I'm going to lift up, and I'm going to bring all my weight over to my left side. So my hands are going to go over to my left, and then I'm going to drop down. Now I'm going to hip up, down, so that's center. Now I'm going to go right side, up, down. Okay? One more. Center, left, center, right. Okay? Easy enough, I hope. So that's our basic hip hinge movement. Now what we want to do is we want to look at our base, our cross body base. What I mean by that is I'm going to put my weight on my left elbow, then hand, okay? So I come up onto my elbow, then up onto my hand. So my weight now is on my left hand. My left leg is out straight, it's dead to the world, it doesn't do anything. And my right leg is on the floor here. I want you able to lift your hip up and down from there. Now notice, it is not same side. I'm not trying to lift my body, left hand, left foot. It's left hand, right foot, cross body lift, okay? So just doing a few of those there. Just lift it up and down. Now this time, when we lift, I'm going to bring my left leg underneath me, which turns me into all fours here. Okay, so now we'll reverse that. Right hand comes up, left foot comes under. So my hand over and my foot under. Now the same on the other side. So my left hand's going to come up, my right leg's going to stick out, right hand is on the floor, left foot is on the floor, hip up and down. Adjust as necessary. Up and down, up and down, and up and down. This time I'm going to come up, I'm going to bring this leg underneath me, and I'm going to bring my hand down to the floor. Then I'm going to reverse, my hand comes up, hip comes through, sliding through, morning, with you in a minute. Okay, and down. Alright? So now we've got this basic crossover position. We want to be able to go hand over, foot under, hand over, foot under. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay? From here now, what I want you to do is walk your weight back so your feet go flat. Drop your butt back, walk your hands back, chin up, chest up, and stand up. Okay? So we're going to repeat that again. We're going to go down onto our back. We're going to go supporting crossbody, rotate, so we're on our hands and feet, belly down. Then we're going to walk our hands back into a squat, and we're going to squat to stand. So from here, squat down low, look at your knees to protect your head, butt to the floor and roll in. Okay, right foot, left hand to the floor, left leg is out of play, right hand's out of play, hips come up, rotate over, walk your hands back, butt down, hands up, chin up, chest up, stand up. Okay, one more time, same thing opposite side. So from here, down, look at your knees, roll back into the floor, left foot, right hand, hip up, turning over, walk your hands back, deep squat, chin up, chest up, stand up. Okay, so that's day 1, session 1. We're going to build on that as we go along. The first few weeks will be body weight, then we're going to add skipping rope and kettlebell. Once you have a good swing, we'll add there's other elements to kettlebells that we're going to build on. Just pause that before it makes a noise. I said pause it before it makes a noise. A bit slow on that one. Oh, that threw me off now. Yeah, sorry. So once we've done that, then we'll go through some kettlebell work. I recommend like a month of basic swings before moving on. But similar to Fit for Life, it's going to be 3 days of like strength exercises and 2 days of flexibility exercises. But again, you can chop and change a little bit, and we will try and incorporate more of a single lesson that you can repeat as much as possible. And we will develop from there. Use the group. That's what it's for, the WhatsApp group. And I will see you in the next one. Take it easy, guys.